welcome to yoga, and thanks for coming. It's great to see some new faces and some old faces who haven't been here yet. Okay, so we're going to be forward bending today. Last time we did twists. That was just another spinal flexion kind of thing. So you can start for centering seated or lying down, whatever's comfortable for you. So we'll just take a few minutes here to bring our awareness within, check out where you're starting from today in your body, your mind. So once you're comfortable, close your eyes and just relax. Relax your face, jaw, neck. Let your shoulders come down from your ears. But still, most people are sitting. So if you're sitting, gently lift up through the crown of your head so don't slump over. Keep a tall, straight spine. And then just take a minute or so to scan your body. So bring your awareness inside and listen to your body. What is your body saying to you? Are there places that are tender, or does everything feel pretty relaxed? Do you know of an injury that you have that you need to be careful about? Just see what's going on a physical level. And also notice your feeling tone, so any emotions that you might have brought in with you or been experiencing lately. And just to accept that and go with it. And also notice the state of your mind, whether it's lots of thoughts going around there, busy, or if you're kind of relaxed. So yoga, one definition of yoga is stilling the fluctuations of the mind. So just stilling your thoughts and coming inward to your body, linking the body and mind through the breath. And so bring your focus to your breath, just how you're breathing naturally. You might find that your breath seem fast, slow, deep, shallow, even, uneven. And we're going to do a little pranayama. That's just regulation of the breath. And so what we're going to do is inhale. Don't start doing it. I'll explain it first. We're going to inhale to a count of 4, and then pause to a count of 2, and then exhale to a count of 6. And then inhale 4, pause 2, exhale 6. You determine your count, and we're just going to do that for several rounds. So inhale to a count of 4, pause 2, exhale 6. No effort, let it be relaxed and whatever works for you. one more round. And then just come back to a slow, deep, even breath that you can maintain during practice. And so the breath that we just did with the longer exhale is a calming breath. So if you find a time when you're feeling not calm, you can just take several breaths with a little bit of a longer exhale, and that can help to settle you down. All right, we're going to start on our back today. So come on over on your back side. So our goal pose today is Paschimottanasana, which is stretching of the west. So in yoga, in Sanskrit, the Paschimo means the back body, or the west body. So that's just a little fun fact. So stretch out through your feet, flex your feet, and stretch out through the bottoms of your feet, and bring your arms up overhead. So stretch in two directions, full body stretch. Feet lengthening out, lengthen out through your fingertips. Inhale here. Exhale, just relax a little bit. And then inhale one more time, lengthen in two directions. And on an exhale, draw your right knee into your chest, squeeze it in. Option here, if you want to bring a little more stretch up the back body, to lift your chest and nose up toward your knee. You don't have to do it. And then inhale, lengthen out in two directions again, full body stretch. Exhale, draw your left knee into your chest, squeeze it in. Again, option two, lift up, don't have to do it. So just do a few more rounds of this. Inhaling, lengthening out. Exhaling, alternate knees into your chest. Okay, then do one more round of that. So if you started with the right knee, do a right knee in, a left knee in. And after you complete that, no rush, hug both knees into your chest. And just rock side to side, rock around. You can lift here too if you want. That's just adding a little more stretch. Okay, then bring your feet to the mat. Lengthen out your left leg. Draw your right knee into your chest, and then lift that foot up toward the ceiling. So left leg can be lengthened out, or you can have the knee bent and foot on the mat, your choice. But lengthen the right leg up toward the ceiling. Toes are coming toward your shin. Take a hold with your hands behind your right thigh. So inhale, lengthen up. So stretch the back of that leg, back of your right leg, by lengthening up. And then exhale, maybe that leg can come a little bit further towards your chest. Don't tug on it. And you have the so you're just we're gonna take a few more breaths here. Inhaling, lengthen up. So sense the stretch in the back of your right leg. The knee does not have to be, it can be micro bent. And you have the option here also to pull your belly in on the exhale and lift up toward that leg. Don't have to do it. So we're stretching the back of the leg, the hamstring muscles, which are going to help with our forward bending and our goal pose. So one more breath here. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, maybe come a little further toward your chest. Don't ever go to the point of pain, just to the point of feeling a nice stretch. Okay, then arms down to the side, press your hands into the mat. Keep lengthening through that right leg, and slowly as you can, with your core engaged, lower that right leg to the mat. Okay, then just take a moment to notice if you feel any difference between your legs. And then draw your left knee into your chest. Raise your left foot up toward the ceiling. Flex your foot, ankle, and lengthen up through your left leg. Right leg can be straight or bent. And same thing that we did. Take a hold behind your left thigh. And on each inhale, lengthen out. And then exhale, maybe soften on the back and draw the leg a little bit further in. And again, option to lift up. Okay, so take one more inhale here, lengthen, one more exhale. And then take both knees into your chest. Do a little rocking again. And we're gonna come up to all fours. So you can rock up to seated and come around, or you can come over onto your side and bring yourself up. And all fours, if your knees are sensitive, you can put a blanket under your knees, a little cushion. So setting up in tabletop, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Spread your fingers, so your foundation is your fingers and your knees and the tops of your feet. And just do a few rounds of gentle cat-cow. So on an inhale, push the mat away, keep your arms straight, let your chest come down through your, toward the mat. Tailbone tilts up, and you can lift your chin a little if that agrees with your neck. And then exhale, push away, round your back, tuck your tailbone, chin to chest. So that's the cat. So just gently, slowly open up your spine, moving with your breath. So slow, mindful breath, slow, gentle movement. So cat is the extension of the spine. And flexion. Cow is extension. Okay, then come back to neutral. And on an inhale, take your right legs up, straight back, parallel to the mat, toes turning down, lengthen out through that right leg. On an exhale, take your right knee towards your elbow and towards your nose, so a little bit like a half cat. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, knee to nose. Now, if you want to add a little bit here, you can, as you inhale, take your left arm out and then bring your left elbow in as your right knee comes in. You don't have to do this. This is just adding some balance and just a little more work here. So either way, a few more times, inhaling, lengthen out, arm and leg, or just like exhale, knee to nose. And then let the right knee come down, and we'll do that on the other side. So inhale, left leg out. Exhale, left knee in. And if at any time this gets to be too much, you can just go right back to cat-cow or child's pose. Okay, then let's all meet in child's pose. So just take your hips back over your heels. Support your head in any way that you want. Just find a place where you can just relax, release everything down. Let go into the mat, supported here. Feel energy moving around from that work you just did. Okay, one more breath in child. And then come back up to all fours. And we'll do an earth salutation. So start in tabletop. So tabletop, your spine is straight or neutral. So you're lengthening through the crown of your head, out through your tailbone. So inhale here. Exhale, come back into child's pose. We're not going to stay. Inhale back to tabletop. Exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back into downward facing dog. So press down through your hands, heels move toward the mat, or you can keep your knees bent, whatever feels best. And then inhale back to tabletop. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, so very nice. Now look up between your hands and walk your feet up, coming into keep your knees bent a lot, chest on your thighs, and coming into standing forward bend, Uttanasana. And option here to straighten your legs a little bit, so stretching, a little more stretch in the back of the legs. Keep your belly pulled in, navel toward the spine. That helps protect the low back, and also a little bend in your knees helps that too. I'm going to take a couple more breaths here, just letting the weight of your upper body, your head, lengthen out your spine. Shake your head yes, no. Make sure your cervical spine is not rigid. And then on an inhale, press into your feet and roll up. Let your hands come up your legs, up your thighs. Keep your chin down and just unroll. And come all the way up to standing. And we'll build a mountain pose. So look at your feet. Toes pointing straight ahead, feet parallel. Press down into the four corners of your feet. So that's really important. You press down and the energy comes up from the earth, right up your legs. You can feel it. And take a little tuck in your tailbone. And lift your shoulders up to your ears, back and down, so long through the side waist. Ribs away from the hip bones, and externally rotate your arms to open your chest. Lift up through the crown of your head, and close your eyes if you have the balance, or have a soft gaze somewhere on the floor ahead of you. Relax your face, jaw, neck, and just relax everything going down a little bit so you're not gripping. Just holding the alignment with the least amount of energy possible. And just take a couple of really nice, slow, deep, even breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. One more. Okay, now we'll do a little movement to get some energy going, some forward bending. So on an inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, bend your knees, come forward, bring your arms back. Inhale, push up, very nice. Exhale, bend, and the arms back. And here again, you can exhale through the mouth. Big inhale. Okay, then come back up. I love that. I just think that feels so good. Come back to mountain, just for a minute, a few seconds. Just build your mountain and close your eyes. Feel the energy moving around. Come back to your breath. Slow, deep, even breath. Okay, then turn and face the long edge of your mat. Doesn't matter which way. And feet parallel, wide apart. And then do some stretching of the side body. So inhale, both arms up. Exhale, side bend toward the right. Right arm comes down your right leg, left arm over. Inhale up. Exhale to the other side. So you want to have your arm over your ear. You can take your gaze up to the upper arm if you want. Continue to press down through your feet, especially on the side that you're bending away from. Just go back and forth. You can even exhale through the mouth here too, or not. Nice, gentle stretch. Okay, one more time to each side. And then bring your feet back together. Come to the front edge of your mat. Take a step back so your feet are apart. So take a step back with your right leg, right foot. Not too far. So we're going to come into Parsvottanasana, which is a tense stretch of the side. So there's space between your feet. Turn your right toes a little bit out toward the right. So just a little bit angled out. Left toes are toward the short edge of the mat. Okay. Take your hands behind your back. I'm going to turn this way. Clasp your fingers behind your back. And so let's just make sure you feel your foundation. So press down through both feet. The right leg is going to internally rotate, so especially press on the inner edge of the right foot. And just take a breath here, feeling as you inhale, the breath lifting up the front of the body, and on the exhale, the grounding down. So it's as if you're a little bit tucking your tailbone as you lift your chest. So just feel that on one more breath. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, a little tuck in the tailbone. And now, on an inhale, lengthen everything up. Take a little bend, micro bend in your left knee, and then fold forward, lengthen through the crown of your head, fold from your hip creases, no rounding of the back, so just flat backs, nice. So lengthen as you're here, and lengthen out through the crown of your head and back through your tailbone. Again, a little bend in that, you don't want to lock your left knee. And then you could see about maybe lifting your arms up a little bit off your back. Feel the stretch here. So this is intense side stretch. So we're stretching on the left side. Lengthening out. One more breath. And then on an inhale, reach your arms back, pull yourself back up, and just shake out your arms, step your feet together, just move around a little bit. We'll try that on the other side. So feet apart, step back your left foot, right toes face forward, turn your left toes out a little bit. Now, if you can try a different, if this doesn't feel good, this kind of thing, you can hold opposite elbows, whatever you want. Okay, so take a moment here to feel your feet pressing into the mat, your left leg, thighs turning inward. Lengthen up. Exhale, hinging at the hips, come forward with a flat back, long spine. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, you might be able to come down a little more without rounding. You can maybe lift your arms up. Two more, slow, deep, even breaths. You're looking down at the mat. So your head is an extension of your spine. So your cervical spine is in line with the rest. And then inhale, come back up, step your feet together, and move, however feels good. All right, now we're gonna do that one more time on each side. And the different, what you can do it exactly like we just did, or once you get, I'm just demonstrating here, once you get here and you've gotten as far as you can, hinging at the hips, you can round down and let your head, oh wow, you can fall over, you can just do that. You can let your head come toward your knee, but that's, you don't have to do that. Okay, so this time the right leg's back, toes turned out, little bend in the knee, left knee, inhale up. Exhale, lengthen, fold, and you can round and let your head come down if that feels good. Okay, then inhale, come back up, and step your right foot forward, round, and do that on the left side. Okay, so toes turn out a little bit, a little bend in the right knee, lengthen up, fold at your hip crease, lengthen out with a long spine, head is extension of the spine, and once you get down, you can round. And as in forward bend, just let the weight of your upper body. And then inhale, bring yourself back up. Take your feet together the front, yep. Let's do, we'll do a half sun, and then we're gonna come down. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, knees bend, forward fold. Inhale, set your hips back, chair pose, bring your arms up to frame your ears. Exhale all the way up and around, and we'll do that one more time. Inhale up. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale up, around and down, very nice. Now we'll come down. Inhale up. Exhale, fold, bend your knees a lot, place your hands on the mat, step back into downward facing dog. And inhale your knees to the mat, feet out to the side, come to a seat with your legs out in front of you. Now this is a place where you might want to sit up on a blanket or even a block. A block might be a little too much. Just to get your hips up a little bit. A lot of times that we have tight hamstrings, so this gives us a little head start. Okay, so feet out in front, legs lengthen, flex your feet. You can put your palms down, press into the mat, lengthen down. This can help to press in to kind of keep your back upright here, nice straight back. So this is Dandasana, staff pose. So just take a few breaths here, lengthening up. This can be surprisingly challenging. For me, it's challenging to, I don't know, to keep my back up and not going like this. So a couple breaths here. And then take your left leg out a little bit and take your right foot to the inside of your left thigh. And this is the pose that we didn't do last week that I forgot. So that's why we're doing it this week. So this is Janu Shirsasana, head to knee pose. And it's a forward bend. Okay, so left foot is flexed, right knee bent. Lengthen up, inhale your arms up. Oh, I'm sorry, turn your torso a little bit to face that leg, so yeah. And then inhale your arms up. Now we're flexing from the hips, just like we did in Parsvartanasana. Reach out and bring your hands to your foot or the mat. Doesn't have to reach the foot. No worries. No worries, you don't want to round your back. You only want to go to the place where you can keep your nice straight spine, especially in the lumbar. And so you're thinking of chest toward the thigh, actually, like laying your chest, not rounding your head there. So that's the action, lengthening out, and you'll feel the stretch up the back of your leg, right? You'll feel it. And you want that to be a nice stretch. You don't want to overdo it. So it doesn't matter how far you come down, as long as you have that straight back. And again, each time you inhale, you lengthen out and up and forward. And the forward is what you'll feel in the back of your leg. And it's okay to feel that stretch, but you want to feel it right in the middle of the muscle, not at where the muscle joins the joint. So just find that. In each inhale, just lengthen out, and then the exhale, you might be able to go chest a little bit closer without rounding. Doesn't matter though. Okay, we've been here a long time, so take one more breath here. And then inhale, walk yourself back up, straighten out your legs and kind of tap them on the back of the mat a little bit. And we'll do the other side. So right leg out a little bit, left foot to right thigh. Turn so your chest is in line with your toes. Inhale, reach up, lengthen, hinge at your hips, reach out, and wherever your hands come, they come. And then same thing, so just keep going forward with a straight spine, not rounding. And see if you can relax, actually relax the big quadricep muscle on the top of your right thigh. Consciously release that. And that can, and maybe have a little bend in your right knee. That can help too. Now I'm feeling this in my left knee, so if you have knee issues, you can adjust by moving moving that foot away from the thigh or forward, something that relieves whatever might not feel good in your knee. Okay, one more breath here. And then walk yourself up. Take your legs straight, shake them out, and we're gonna come to the goal pose, which is an intense stretch of the west. So the west is the back body. So this pose stretches from the back of our heels all the way up our legs, all the way through the hips, up the back, and out through the crown of the head. So it's stretching everything. That's why we started on our backs, stretching the backs of the legs, and then in some of the other poses, we were cat-cow, we were warming up the back muscles in the flexion. So, okay, so we're Dandasana, feet, toes up. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, just like we did with the one side, we're just now reaching out, belly in, that helps protect the lumbar spine, and then hands down. So wherever they are, open your chest, lengthen out, and then exhale. You might be able to bring the belly a little closer to the thighs, no worries. And just stay with that. Each inhale is a lengthen. Each exhale. Now just for a minute, see if, just let your knees bend a little bit. So let go of the tension in your quadricep muscles. And that gives the back of your leg muscles a little chance to release and lengthen. So forward bends are calming and kind of bring yourself looking inside a little more because you're all scrunched up and your sense organs are on the front of your face, so you're not as taking in as many external sensations. I'll take 2 more breaths here. Now, you can keep folding and let your head come down if that's comfortable for you. You don't have to, but that just is a little more, just deeper. Okay, and then on an inhale, walk your hands back, come on back up. Take the bottoms of your feet together, knees out to the side. Baddha Konasana. And just hold on to your feet, lengthen up through your spine. You can kind of butterfly your legs. I think we call this in the kids yoga butterfly pose. I can't remember it, but yeah. So lengthen up. Okay, and then we're going to come down on our backs. So come on around, knees bent, feet on the mat. Let's just hold on to the front of the legs and lengthen up here again. And let's do a little boat pose. So you can have your hands down or on the backs of your legs, and you can just stay right here, or you can come back a little bit and lift your strong spine. Nice. Lift. Now here, you're straight back too. Yeah, lengthen up. Nice. So this is really good for your core. So Pilates, right? You're doing that Pilates? Yeah. Okay, nice, very nice. Okay, then feet down, and then just roll on back down. And once you get there, take both knees into your chest. And we're just gonna do some circles. So the poses we're doing now are kind of compensation for the forward bending we've been doing. So, inhale, push both knees, so hands are on your knees. Inhale, push both knees up and away. Exhale, take them out to the sides, so like a circling back, and they'll meet together again at the bottom of the circle. So inhale, push the knees away together. Exhale, out to opposite sides, around to the bottom. So just do 2 more in that direction. Nice, slow release for the hips. And now we'll reverse directions. So now your inhale is going to take the knees out, around the circle and up. And exhale brings them back together to the chest. And this works the shoulders too. One more time. Okay, then bring your feet to the mat, below your hips, so knees bent, arms down by your side, spread your fingers, press lightly into the mat. We're going to come up into a moving bridge. On an inhale, press your feet into the mat, lift your hips, lengthen out right through your knees, keep your knees coming toward each other. Chest lifts toward chin. Exhale, round down, roll down 1 vertebra at a time, all the way to the mat. So we'll do that a few more times, moving bridge. You can also, as you inhale and lift your hips, bring your arms up overhead if you want. And then exhale, roll down 1 vertebra at a time, arms come back down, or you can just keep your arms by your side. So a few more, moving. And then if you want to hold your bridge, you can lift up. And I like to clasp my hands under my hips, help bring the shoulder blades together. And so moving or holding, or just coming back into rest, drawing your knees into your chest and rocking. Okay, then come back down and bring your knees, both knees to your chest, rock around a little bit. And we're going to twists are a really nice compensation for any kind of movement. So we're going to do a supine twist. So straighten out your right leg and press into your left foot. Just lift your hips up and come a little bit over onto your right hip. So just give yourself a little bit of a head start here. And then draw your left knee over your right leg. You can have your hand on your knee, left arm out shoulder height. And So this is a twist to this side. Another option here is to straighten out your left leg, excuse me. And that might be too much, so you find the right amount of twist that feels good to you. And one more thing you can do is to take your gaze over your left shoulder, so in the opposite direction of the knee. You don't have to do that. You can take it straight up or to the same direction as the knee. So you got some options here. So just find a place where you can rest comfortably and stay with your breath. Inhale. It's like you're sending the breath right to that area of stretch, wherever you feel the stretch. Exhale, consciously relax, release. You can always release your face, jaw, neck. You might feel the release in your shoulders. You might feel it in the bottom leg, the top hip. Just see if you can find some release on the exhale. Release can feel like just sinking into the mat, sinking down, melting. Stay with your breath, slow, deep, even. Okay, then on an inhale, if you've turned your head, bring your gaze straight up first, and then unwind from that twist. Come back to a neutral. So just take a full body stretch. And then we'll try on the other side. So this time, left leg is straight. Push into your right foot and come over onto your left hip a little bit more, and then take your right knee over your left leg. Right arm out shoulder height, so you want to see if you can relax, keep that shoulder near the mat. And again, straighten out your right leg, keep it bent. Take your gaze anywhere you want. Your sides can be different, so just honor your body, listen to your body. Your body will tell you if you're doing something good for it, because it will feel good. Okay, one more breath. And bring your gaze back to center, and then unwind from your twist. And does everybody have a block? Because, no, yes, okay, because I should have said, do you have a block, Angela? Okay, all right, I don't have a block. All right, so we're gonna do legs up. So we're gonna put the block on the flat side under the back of our pelvis, so not on the spine, but, okay, so, flat part under the, so make sure it's comfortable there. Okay, and then arms down by your side, bring your legs straight up, so you might want to adjust once you see what it's like to raise your legs up. Up toward the ceiling. Let's just rotate our ankles in circles, one way and then the other, and then bring the toes toward the shins and then point them away. And then maybe some windshield wipes with the feet. You can do this with a, bring your arms up too. You can circle the wrist, you can do it both together. I forgot that. So just a few rotations, flexions. Okay, and your arms can come down. And so this is an inversion. And it's really nice to kind of bring some fresh oxygenated blood to your head, your brain. You're just going to stay here for a few more breaths. You don't have to be still. If you want to move your legs out in a V or continue moving your ankles, anything you want to do, you can do here. So this is a good pose to do against the wall too. So at home, if you want to have a little bit of a relaxation or a break, you can just lie with your, you don't need a block, you can just get your buttocks as close to the wall as you can and have your legs go straight up. Okay, then bring your feet to your knees to your chest, feet to the mat. Press into your feet, lift your hips up, take the block away, and give yourself a minute or two to do any pose that you, or movement that your body's asking for. As you keep listening to your body, it'll become easier to know what you should do. You learn to trust your body. And there's no rush, but take whatever time you need to finish what your body's asking for, and then we'll sit up for Shavasana. I will bring you anything you need. So just raise your hand if you want some. You know belly bag? I didn't bring them out, but I can go get one. Really? Is that right? You have eye bags if you'd like, or okay. The weight, it helps you to relax, yeah. And if you want to be covered with a blanket, you can do that. Or now I have a belly bag. Do you want Yeah, so Shavasana is just, symmetrical right to left, minimum of effort. So that's, it's just, you get in a place where you can just let everything go, you're safe, supported, and just, it's a chance to integrate what we've done during practice, and it's not only an important pose, it's hard too for sometimes to be still, but you don't have to be still, but it's least effort. Just surrender to the moment. Thoughts come, thoughts go, just let them pass right by. Your body will breathe itself. Do try to keep your awareness inside. Don't get distracted by anything outside. And just gently bring your awareness back to the space. And begin to move your body in small ways, gently waking up. And as you're ready, bring your knees in and come over onto your side. Just taking some time here to see yourself at the end of practice. See your body, notice what your body's saying, how your physical body is, your feeling body, your emotions, your mind, and your breath. Let's come back to your breath. If you set an intention, I didn't cue that today, but you can remember that if you chose to set an intention yourself. And then use your arms to bring yourself up to a comfortable seat, cross-legged or however. And keep your eyes closed if that's comfortable. Sit with a tall, straight spine. And let's take 3 breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. So the sigh breath, the relaxing breath. Inhale through the nose. And I invite you to bring your hands, palms together, thumbs at the heart space. Bow to your efforts today, to your willingness to give this hour to your wellness, mind, body, spirit, and to practice some forward bending poses, which are calming and help you to look inward. I thank you so much for coming to yoga and trusting me to guide you in practice. And the light and teacher in me bows to and honors the light and teacher in each of you. Namaste.
Thank you, Heidi.